Alright, y'all. So I'm working on a Haru Madhu melon transplant. I had them started on napkins. I basically had the Ziploc bag as it normally looks. I slid the napkin in there, put the seeds in there, put some water. I let the napkin soak some water up, and a few days later I had some sprouts. Um, so I'm transplanting these now. You can see I have a couple already in the soil. I'm doing it while it's raining because why not get free water while I plant? So that's what I'm doing right now. And I wanted to talk about the Haru Madhu variety as I plant it. This is basically a new variety from Baker Creek. It was released for the 2022 growing season. Oops. So you want to be careful with those sprouts there. I've been tugging at them, and I should really be lightly pulling them. So the napkin actually needs a little more water than what it already has on it, but I'm gonna work with that. Let's just get this napkin off of there. Some beautiful root systems on these seedlings. They're a little bit overdue. I had them just sitting on a windowsill, but I was just trying to find some time to plant. But the Haru Madhu variety is it originates in India. It's related to the Kajari melon and the Madhu Ras melon, and I also have the Madhu Ras growing this season. So it's related to those varieties. They're all supposed to be super sweet. So far, I've only grown the Kajari melon, but Kajari definitely was super sweet, according to my taste buds and according to the Brix meter. So if you go check out my previous videos, if you haven't saw the Kajari melon video, I suggest you go watch that. Plenty of tips on there for how to know when a Kajari melon is ripe. So I'm planting these seedlings into a 15-gallon grow bag. Not really concerned about spacing too much or how many plants I put in here, because I believe these seedlings will do well because I removed the bottom from the grow bags, so they should perform excellently. Madhu Ras, Kajari, and Haru Madhu are all known as honeydew type melons. Now, some people they don't like honeydews, or they don't like the honeydews from the U.S. And so when people hear the term honeydew, they go, "Ew, I don't like honeydew," but they don't realize that not all honeydews are alike. So the Kajari melon is, like I said, it's real sweet. It's sweeter than most melons you might try. It's actually a good idea to try different varieties, because then, look, I popped another one by accident. It's good to try different varieties because you can you start to develop a scale within your own taste buds for what is actually good and what isn't. But you start to develop a scale to where you could directly measure that with your taste buds. So you see I'm popping a bunch of seedlings in here. Those roots are gonna go straight downwards, so that there's no fighting for nutrients. And I'm gonna make sure to flood this grow bag with plenty of nutrients. Right. So I think that's about good for this grow bag here. I'll plant this one that I broke those roots off. I know it's not gonna grow, but always worth a try, right? And I still have a few seedlings left. I planted out the whole packet. Still have a few seedlings left, so I'm gonna just find some random places to plant these. But I just basically wanted to plant this variety along with y'all. Another variety that I also just finished working on was a variety called Wondermelon Watermelon. So it's a watermelon that has melon in its name. So don't confuse it for a melon. It says Haru Madhu. Wondermelon Watermelon has also put out its first female bloom, and I believe it may have set fruit. Let's check it out and see if it started swelling. So it doesn't look like it started swelling to me. It may have. That's the fruit set right here by my index finger. But that's the first flower. The first flowers always tend to be the smallest. But this is the vine here growing in a grow bag. And I just planted some watermelon seeds in these containers here. In those 6-inch containers which have no bottom. So they're all gonna grow just like this. This is a sunflower. I forgot what variety. Another sunflower. And I have some sunflowers and I have Madhu Ras growing like this right here. And then I have some more Madhu Ras packed in here, just like how I did Haru Madhu. Now, to keep my seeds pure so I can save seed from these varieties and continue growing them so I don't have to keep buying seeds, I'm basically, this season I'm going to use insect netting. So this is the insect netting right here. And I'm just going to, it's still in a plastic, I'm not going to open it right now. But I'll basically be able to cover a whole area with the insect netting. So I'll leave one variety for the bees to open pollinate. And then I'll have another variety under insect netting in their own locations. Like how I have Haru Madhu way over here. And I had Madhu Ras on the other side. So I could just come and pop insect netting over this general area where this bag is and wherever I run the vines at. So that's what I got going for right now. That rain is starting to come down. I'm gonna pop these. I guess I could pop these right here with the white jade, right? Why not? You gotta use what you got. So this is white jade pineapple. A pineapple plant. I purchased it from a local landscaping place, and they're also a plant nursery. So that's a beautiful white jade plant right there. I'll dip this in some water. I have water down there on the ground, and that makes it easier to separate these roots. See how they just slide right off? If I had done that earlier, I wouldn't have broken those root systems from a couple of those seedlings, but no problem because I have enough seedlings to make it through. So let's get to planting. And these seedlings here, when they come off the napkins and then when I transplant them straight into the planting medium, I don't what's the word I'm looking for? I basically don't train the plants. I don't train the plants for the sunlight. Forgot what the real word is. I don't train the plants to handle the sunlight. I just bring them straight out. So I basically have to keep water on the seedlings for like the first 4 or 5 days. It really depends on how drought tolerant the variety is or the species is. Like watermelons may be more drought tolerant than certain vegetables and whatnot, if you get what I'm saying. So I have this one more seedling and I'm gonna get this planted and call it a day. Plant it right here. And it's gonna rain all night, hopefully. That's what the that's what the weather forecast. Oh, one more actually. When you say there's one more, there's always still one more. So the weather forecast said it's supposed to rain for a few hours. I'm hoping that's the case. If not, I'll be out to water tomorrow. I know they're getting water today. I'm gonna splash some of that on there for good luck. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pour this. Do it on the pineapple plant and let it disperse a little bit, get that soil wet, and that should start the journey off for those Haru Madhu seedlings. And then next I just have to work on, I have Crimson Sweet seedlings started. I have Honeydew started. And I have Desert King also started, but I have Crimson Sweet and Honeydew. Basically, they're ready to go right now, but since it's raining, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna just wait till tomorrow. But you can see that's a bunch of Crimson Sweets in there. I'm gonna plant the Crimson Sweet over here. So I'm gonna have one melon and one watermelon variety in each little section. I'm gonna clean all this grass up and whatnot. I'm gonna clean all that grass up, but the vines are gonna stretch all through here. I'm gonna have Crimson Sweet and Haru Madhu. In this bed right here, I'm getting ready to clean this up. I'm probably gonna have most of it done next week, hopefully. I'll put something right there. Maybe a Desert King. And I have one other section. And then I'm gonna just cover certain plants with the insect netting, and I'm gonna call it a day. I used to use the bags that you could put on the flowers, but then I told myself, like, why am I covering each individual flower when I could actually just put the bag on the I could put a whole, instead of just putting one bag on each individual flower and you have to cover a bunch of female blooms and male blooms. You just put literally one insect netting that can cover a big general area. Just drape that over the plants, and that'll be way quicker than trying to find blooms. You'll find the blooms in the morning. So that's that, y'all. Whew. See y'all in the next one.